Hello guys, it's a Q&A part 2. So I'm gonna do a video on light on my lightning PvP. But most of y'all don't really give me questions, so yeah, I guess we're just gonna ask about the video. And I'm gonna answer it from my perspective. How do I feel during fights? Honestly, I feel like they're just really intense once they start. It just feels really intense, but it's not really that hard once you get used to it. But yeah, I mostly do PvP for practice, but not really like that type of practice. I still just want to get bounty, so I don't really practice with friends, but I practice with real players, like real players. My adrenaline gets really high when it comes to when players just actually like piece me up and I get low. So then it's either my choice to play passive or just let them come chase me and then I just hit them with Solitar or something like that. And like yeah. How do I view patience? Genuinely, it depends on who I'm fighting. So yeah, let's see. Of course, I would sense danger. I just look on profiles and see what players are just like near my level. Of course, I would see players who are near max level. Of course, I would sense danger in a server, especially when it comes to Beware's heightened focus and frustration. Of course, I have to lock in with most battles, cause like, yeah. Well, yeah, it's mostly lag when it comes to recording, or when I'm like off camera doing PvP. It's kind of really good, but I still lag a little bit. Okay. But y'all said that flash step could actually be useful for you to escape combos. I actually tried it. It wasn't really that useful, not gonna lie. But it depends on which type of combos they're doing. Oh my gosh. High pressure situations, it kind of makes you lock in once you get used to it. And depending on which players you fight, that's when your blood pressure gets high a little bit, or you just start sweating, and that's what makes you lock in. I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, I'm back. But yeah. Well, yeah, sometimes I pray to y'all that y'all don't actually laugh. But it depends on how but, well, I didn't really pray when my hockey was off that y'all should not laugh. But why do I avoid active fighting? It's called patience, gang. Of course, I'm not gonna avoid active fighting when I know they will probably team on me regardless. either way. I will probably either way. I will probably get killed regardless. Yes, on who I am getting into with. So regardless, I'm not going out there. I'm just waiting for my turn. Bruh, bruh. What happened to my screen? My screen. What happened to my screen? Okay, now. Of course, the V3. Of course, when I use V3 right in the middle of their combo, bro, trying to stop them from using the ability, somehow they still hit me. Me. But I understand because probably my timing is bad. To pro. Well, yeah, definitely, because I wanted to record a good video for y'all. Well, of course, but the impact on the gameplay and persistent lag, yeah, that would have been the most hardest part to deal with. It's mostly lag that just annoys my gameplay a lot. So yeah, let's see. Did I struggle? Of course I did. What would y'all expect from a 2.5 million? Did I regret saving that play? Of course I did. And he still hits me. Literally, I literally saved you with my love. Saved you with me. I literally saved both of us from getting hit with a universal combo game. Why are you hitting me? Okay, anyways. What trait does the player properlize during combat? Well, I guess patience. I have to work more on my patience, not gonna lie. I think that's how I be winning. But it also depends on your aim on how you hit them. Um, um, although the although Lightning's abilities are kind of slow, not gonna lie, but you'll get used to it though. Why are the combos that I get hit with impossible, almost hard to break out? Well, of course, lag, games response it, games response on on it's just like it's just hard to get out of depending on what abilities they use and like the timing they use them with and but it also depends with your hockey and your what was it called again? And your timing, I guess. But yeah, I think I already said timing, but yeah. It just has to be a good hood. It just has to be a good combo for you to use. Input issue. Never mind. Well, it kind of gets hard in the middle of battle depending on how they play. Wait, wait. So I have to strategize as to win, and but I think of it in my mind. I'm gonna think of it, everybody. No, okay, let me stop. I'm sorry about that, y'all. But, but, hey, let's be real. Once you're once you're like low health or low HP, I bet some of y'all, yes, y'all, think, think and strategize as how to win, especially when it comes to impressing your fans. But reactionary fighting, you just have to make sure you actually land your hits. And that's enough of the Q&A, guys. And I answered most of the questions. Thank y'all so much for watching. Bye.